Breaking news, breaking news. Man, I thought all hands was on deck. We thought they was going to be having Vergil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas, the phenom in the 154-pound division, Boricua. I thought we were going to be having Mexico versus Puerto Rico, a traditional rivalry, right? But Vergil Ortiz, after being ducked by Boots Ennis and by almost securing a fight with Xander Zayas, felt like, you know what? He got bigger fish to fry. And Vergil Ortiz is now going to be facing the man that arguably beat Terrence Bud Crawford, Madrimov. Woo! Xander Zayas, you know, I like Xander Zayas. I want Xander Zayas to get his opportunity. I believe that Xander Zayas will become a future champion. But this is, I think, a more interesting fight. This is a more interesting fight, in my opinion, because, again, Madrimov, arguably, there's going to be, of course, there's a lot of people that do believe that Terrence Bud Crawford did beat Madrimov. But there's quite a few people that do believe that Madrimov actually beat Terrence Bud Crawford, who's regarded pound for pound, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can flip it around. Man, I like this fight. And a gutsy move by Vergil Ortiz. And a gutsy move by Madrimov as well. Because I thought we was going to be having Madrimov versus Boachuk. That's what I thought we was going to be having. I thought it was going to be the same card as Xander Zayas versus Vergil Ortiz, Kid Austin versus Shakur Stevenson, Boachuk versus Madrimov. But this is interesting right here, folks. This is interesting. This is a risk for Vergil Ortiz. Now, we already know that he took a risk with Boachuk, where there's a lot of people out there that believe also that Vergil Ortiz probably would have lost to Boachuk. And there's a lot of people that out there that believe that Vergil Ortiz did beat Boachuk, or could have been a draw. But we all know that was probably fight of the year. Fight of the year. But my fight of the year was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. But this could arguably be fight of the year as well. Going back and forth, we saw the statistical fortitude and mental fortitude and character of Vergil Ortiz. That doesn't matter if you stun him, if you drop him, he's gonna come right after you. You don't need a man like that in your life. You remember when Duke told Apollo in Rocky 2? Huh? Man, I saw that man get beaten like I never seen a man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. You don't need a man like that in our lives. Let me tell you like this. I don't think that Madrimov needs a man like that in his life. This is interesting right here, folks. Because this right here there's certain fights in the sport of boxing that you want to gauge certain fighters to get that mega fight, right? Because if Vergil Ortiz does an incredible job versus Madrimov, then that fight with Vergil Ortiz versus Bud Crawford, ooh, mama mia, mama mia. And maybe Turkey Alashiki is saying, you know, I did say to Vergil Ortiz that I would like him to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Shout out to Turkey Alashiki. But that fight with Boachuk, you know, they have to take a step back. Vergil Ortiz, I'll give you an opportunity. I will give you the opportunity to go out there and fight Mr. Madrimov, in which there's a lot of people that believe that Madrimov did beat Bud Crawford. I like this. I like this fight. I like this fight. But I want you to reward also Xander Zayas for stepping up. Who could Xander Zayas fight? How about this? Xander Zayas versus Erickson Lubin. How about that? Yes, reward Xander Zayas to a good fight. I believe that Erickson Lubin also is a position to get should be in a position to get a good fight. I believe he worked his way back up. Haven't seen him in the ring since last year on the card of Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. I would like to see that fight. Xander Zayas versus Erickson Lubin. I think they both available in my opinion. But this is a good fight. This is a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I'm gonna say it like this: the 154-pound division, like I said in the past. If you've been following the channel, subscribe to the channel. Y'all now tuning into Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, El Sazón, El Borracho, El Pastor de Boxeo. I've been saying that the 154-pound division is a landmine. Anybody can get it in the 154-pound division. Everybody has been humble. Everybody has showcased their vulnerabilities in the 154-pound division. Vergil Ortiz have shown it. Boachuk has shown it. Madrimov have shown it. Tim Tszyu have shown it. Jamel Charlo have shown it. Brian Castaño have shown it. You know what I'm saying? Harrison have shown it. Brian, who else? Fundura have shown it. Everybody have shown their vulnerability in 154. But Crawford, the guy that was like untouchable, was just knocking everybody else out. Easy work, easy money. Everybody is showing their vulnerability in the 154-pound division. It's not. It's hard. It's a landmine. Anybody could get it. The number 1 could lose to the number 10. So for Vergil Ortiz, who's in position, and maybe this is the reason why I said that maybe Boots Ennis is looking at everybody struggling at 154. Not struggling, but showing their vulnerabilities. Ain't no piece, nothing is a piece of cake in the 154-pound division. And Boots Ennis is saying, nah. I'm not the Boots that have that type of courage. I know Poos and Boots got that courage. Poos and Boots from Shrek, he'll fight. Zorro. But yo, it's a good fight. Let me know what you think about the fight, ladies and gentlemen. And yo, I'm happy about this fight. I'm really happy. You know, I was happy with the Xander Zayas versus Vergil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? I was happy with the 22-year-old trying to dare to be great. And shout out to Javier Centeno. Shout out to Xander Zayas. He's a hard worker. I think he got one of the best wins of all the prospects. One of the best wins in beating a former champion in Patrick Teixeira, that in the 154-pound division, he was also looked upon before Tim Tszyu as the next as the next guy in the 154-pound division. But like I said, the 154-pound division ain't no easy work out there. And you're gonna see it when Fundura probably fights Earl Spence. Earl Spence think that it's easy. Ain't gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. But that's a great fight. Let me know what y'all think about the fight. Let me know who y'all think is going to win. I go for Vergil Ortiz. I think that Vergil Ortiz is going to put a hurt on Bud Crawford. One of the things that I was surprised in the fight with Madrimov and Bud Crawford. I think the layoff did take a toll on Bud Crawford, and he's taking another layoff. I do think that Bud Crawford is still living in the clouds of the Earl Spence fight, and I think he did look past Madrimov, whatever, if they want to admit it or not. Because I believe that Bud Crawford is too good and a pound-for-pound guy to be struggling with a guy that's 10-0, never fought a world champion, never was a world champion, or you know what I'm saying? So, but I do believe that Vergil Ortiz could capitalize on Madrimov. I don't think that Vergil Ortiz is going to be falling for the type of feints that Bud Crawford was falling for, because that was a surprise to me as well. I mean, Bud Crawford was falling for all the feints, like Deontay Wilder was falling for the Tyson Fury feints, especially in the second fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Vergil Ortiz is going to fall for it. And if Vergil Ortiz does get tagged, we've seen how Vergil Ortiz responded with the Mean Machine. We've seen how Vergil Ortiz has responded with the Boachuk. Vergil Ortiz fights like a man possessed if you tag him. That Vergil Ortiz is a man possessed. I said a long time ago, if Jamel Charlo leaves the 154-pound division, I believe the new king will be Vergil Ortiz in 154. But there's going to be another test, another matchup. I'm very, very happy in the sport of boxing. There is matchups that are actually better than championship fights right now. And I always say that legacy reigns supreme. But if you're going to give me some matchups like this, and I do say that belts do matter. I'm not one of those guys that's saying that belts don't matter. But when you give me matchups like this, some of these matchups, like a David Benavidez versus David Morrell, like a Madrimov versus a Vergil Ortiz, it actually is more important, and for me, it's more of a legacy fight, a better matchup than a Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. And that's a championship fight. It's two champions, right? But those fights, for me, get better credit. Now, Lamont Roach, they're going to be great. We can't just be looking at the Gervonta Tank Davis side. Yeah, I know that we frustrated because we want him to dare to be great. But I believe we should look at it from Lamont Roach's side, and he's daring to be great. So let's give him some props for stepping up. But anyway, there's great matchups in the sport of boxing, and I think that this is what boxing needs. The only unfortunate part that these fights is going to take place in the Middle East. And that's why I keep on urging for the American boxing fans to support the American fighters with the dollars and the viewership. We need to calm down with the overly criticism and devaluing and discrediting of our American fighters. You know what I'm saying? We got to give some props. You know, if I tell you who's the American poster boy fighter, the American poster boy, we can't even pick one because everybody is hated. I think the only one that's not hated or never got that type of wash of hate is Bam Rodriguez. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. Top 5 pound for pound. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.